card Kaizoku channel.
Card Kaizoku.
This video is sponsored by Nen Garden. Nen Garden is holding a Black Friday sale. You can get 30 to 35% off site-wide. This stacks with my promo code CardKaizoku for an additional 5% off on top of the sale. Pre-orders for the Heavenly Yakusha playmat are opening back up, so this is the perfect time to snag one up. And again, my promo code stacks with this sale, so don't forget to use it. Just want to save y'all a couple bucks. This video is sponsored by gumgum.gg. Man, what deck should I play today? Oh, I know, I'll head over to gumgum.gg for the most up-to-date One Piece deck lists, updated daily with over 1,000 deck lists per set, including both Eastern and Western decks. Whether you're chasing the meta or hunting for rogue strategies, use gumgum.gg. This video is sponsored by Card Market, Europe's largest online marketplace for trading card games. Alright, in this video we're going to be live reacting, technically kind of casting some of the games in this Hiroshima Prefecture Wave 2 Championship 2024 tournament in Japan. We see the top 16 here. It's 4 Doflamingos, 4 Teach. Blackbeard has been gaining a lot of popularity recently in Japan. 3 Bumblebee Luffys, 2 Purple Luffys, 1 Enel, 1 Nami, and 1 Shanks. I read it in order from left down to right down, in case you guys can't read the katakana here, but yeah. So I'm gonna do things a little differently this time. I think I'm going to only react to the Purple Luffy games. I'm gonna do it a little different from everyone else. I think everyone else is like commentating or live reacting the whole tournament. I think that's not gonna work too well on my channel because yeah, you guys don't care about every leader, right? I noticed like my Enel videos and my Nami videos get less views, so I'm just gonna watch the matches of the leaders that I like. That way I'll be more enthusiastic about it too. But yeah, without further ado, because I'm gonna cut down on the yapping too. I think that is like a common complaint on my channel. So we'll just skip forward until I find a match that I want to watch. Hopefully Purple Luffy makes it to the end. The furthest he's gotten was the last tournament I watched, which was which prefecture? Was it Miyagi? No, it was Fukuoka, where Purple Luffy made it to top 4, but then he bubbled out. So we'll see how Purple Luffy does in Hiroshima. Okay, this first matchup, he has pink hair. Oh yeah, I was gonna assume it was Shanks because of his hair, because you know, red on red, Akagami. So if this is not against a Purple Luffy, I might skip this match. And it's against Nami. Okay, I don't want to watch Shanks versus Nami. I'm pretty sure Nami's gonna win this one. So we'll just skip. We'll skip to the end. Is that spoilers? No, yeah, in case we want to watch it in the future, I won't know the results. Oh, but if I don't see a Shanks or a Nami later on, then that kind of spoils it already, right? Okay, so we'll just catch who wins this. I predict it's Nami. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be Nami. So I was gonna cut down on the yapping, but I'm yapping quite a bit. Okay, it's looking like I can't tell how many cards are in Nami's deck right now. Pilop, is he going for the kill this turn? It looks like it. So Kaya out. He has 4 cards left. There's a Kaya, 2 cards left. Okay, he has an event that makes him draw 2, right? And he just wins. Yep, Nami won. Okay, yep, he knew that was gonna happen. Okay, skipping ahead, skipping ahead. Ooh, all the Doflamingo. 1 Doflamingo left. The Nami made it, and then 2 Purple Luffys, 2 Blackbeards, and 2 black, yellow Luffy. Yeah, to play this game, you really just have to learn the kanji for the colors and then katakana, and you can read like any card. Okay, we'll skip ahead, skip ahead. This looks like... I have no idea. Oh, Purple Luffy? Okay, I wasn't expecting it because he was wearing red. I guess Purple Luffys are allowed to wear red. Against... Black Yellow Luffy. Interesting matchup. Okay, we're gonna watch this one. And he's got that black yellow hair going on. Yeah, everyone in Hiroshima is so stylish. No offense to my Western players, but I don't know, I feel like the drip over in Asia for card gamers is a lot higher than our drip. Myself included, I don't think I'm as drippy as these guys. So that's something we all have to work on as a region. Right? Even if we beat them in card games, they can out drip us. So we gotta train. How do we train that? I don't know. Okay, we'll skip to the start of the match. So Black Yellow Luffy's hand starts off with 2 cost Ace, 4 cost Kuzan. 8 cost Moria, and 2 Garps. Let me lower the volume. So, is this a good hand for Black Yellow Luffy? I don't have too much experience with the deck, but I'm gonna have to say it's okay, right? You have 2 Garps, you can find your Sabos. Now, would Sabo really help against Purple Luffy? Because Purple Luffy doesn't really KO anything anyway. And Purple Luffy starts off with a Law Searcher, Zorodro Searcher, Mr. 2, I think that's what the left side of his card looks like. Gum Gum Giant, and a 2k counter Frankie. So he does run the Frankie perhaps over the 2k Kamazo, or maybe he runs like a 2-2 ratio. I've been seeing that a lot recently too. Right, so that you have Kamazo when you need it to KO at 2 cost, but you also have the like consistency of finding a 2k, because Frankie's searchable by Law and Zorodro. But yeah, this is a great start for Purple Luffy as well. Right, he has 2 ways to find the 7 cost Luffy. So most likely we'll get to see it on curve and see how it does against Black Yellow Luffy. I should use this time to explain the leaders. So Black Yellow Luffy, what he can do is, as a rule of the game, if he does take damage and his card is face up, his life card is face up, it goes to the bottom of the deck instead. And then he can discard a card in hand, and then you can heal 2 5 costs from your discard to your life area. From your hand or discard. And then Purple Luffy's leader ability is if you're at 0 or 3 Dawn, you can ramp 1 Dawn if you take 1 life. That's basically it. So Black Yellow Luffy passes his first turn, and Purple Luffy on his 2 Dawn turn plays a Searcher Law. What does he find? Oh, he does run 2 Kamazo. Okay, it could be a 2-2 split. He does run the block or Robin too. You just take the Sanji, right? I don't know, the Robin could be useful in this matchup because it could like chump an 11k hit from the leader. But it can also be killed by the Egghead Luffy. People call it Rocket Luffy, I don't know why. It's Egghead Luffy, right? Maybe I'm the only one who calls it that. Does take the Robin. Interesting tech. And it's also great into Teach as well, right? Because if all of your on plays are negated, have like a 2 cost blocker that can chump a 12k hit. I guess that helps too. With his remaining Dawn, he just passes the turn, so it is Black Yellow Luffy's 3 Dawn turn. He swings 6. You do have to counter these early, because he's going to be ramping at least twice this turn, or this game. Does counter 2 with the Frankie, the Frenosuke. So 2 Dawn for 2 Garps, it looks like. That makes sense to me. Right, find your puzzle pieces. Get your Gekko Moria leader loops on board before the Purple Luffy can swarm you. Right, Purple Luffy does apply a lot of pressure. We'll see if he even attacks. Most decks try to starve out the Black Yellow Luffy by not giving him life and making it harder for him to leader ability. He does whiff on the search, unfortunately. You gotta go for the second Garp, you gotta find what you need here, right? There's no way 8 cards are whiffs. Or is it 10? Yeah, it is 10 cards, so yeah. He does have targets this time. Sabo or Ace. I mean, he has the 2 cost Ace in hand, so he could take the 5 cost here. Right, that makes sense to me. Now, Purple Luffy, as I mentioned earlier, we'll see if he goes aggressive and attacks, or if he like waits until he has a full board to attack. That's a strategy to play against Black Yellow Luffy. But I do think Purple Luffy has the aggression to like make Black Yellow Luffy like have to worry about dying early, way earlier than every other deck. So 4 Dawn turn, we'll see if he ramps here, it goes to 5. Then he could play like Mr. 2 and then attack for 7 or something like that. But he does need to find a 5 cost Luffy, so we could see a Zorodro come out. So he does ramp to 5. Finds a Sangoro. Okay, I just played the Sangoro instead. Now will he attack with leader though? We'll see, we'll see. Will you... I almost puked, sorry. Editor, cut that part out. So we'll see if we can learn a few things from this matchup here. For ourselves. He does attack for 5, okay. So pro Purple Luffy's attack, Black Yellow Luffy's. They don't try to starve life. He does find a 2 cost Luffy from his life. Okay, that's going to be useful. He needs a 5 cost Luffy, right? Just to make himself mill. Oh, not mill, like take life and draw cards. Now for 5 Dawn, he could either do Zorodro or Sangoro. Zorodro would be more safe in finding a 7 cost Luffy Taro. But Sangoro is also great to have out because he can start drawing you cards from the turn after this. It's looking like he's tapping all 5 Dawn. Or you're going to commit to it. He does. Play Sangoro out. Alright, Sangoro out. So next turn he goes to 7. When Songoro attacks and you have 8 Dawn, you draw a card, so he does have the leader ability to get that draw. Which, yeah, it's well worth it. You're essentially drawing 2 cards for the turn. One from your life and then one from Songoro. Plus your natural draw. Does find the 5 cost Egghead Luffy, so he can kill something. He even has a Hiyori to put that into life, so you can play the 2 cost Luffy to pop it out. So leader swing 6. I mean, it's a 2k, right? Did he have a 2k in hand? I don't think he does. I do see a Luffy Taro, he takes it. He doesn't want to counter 2 1ks, because it would be like the Robin and the Mr. 2, right? You guys get another Robin from life, plays a 4 cost Kuzan out. This sets up anything he plays next turn to die to the Egghead Luffy. Right, so the 7 cost Luffy Taro coming out is just gonna die. There's so many Luffy characters and leaders on board. I have to say the word Luffy a lot. Okay, passes to the Luffy's 7 Dawn turn. So if he does want the draw, he'll need to ramp first, attack with Songoro, and then play Luffy Taro. Because Luffy Taro minus is a Dawn. He could do like 6 Songoro, 6 leader, then Luffy Taro into Zordro. Okay, he does swing 5 with the Luffy. I mean, I guess you don't have to draw with Songoro, right? Because you're going to draw with the Zordro anyway. It's just that you could draw 2 this turn. I don't know if that's going to be helpful. But it'll also draw you more counter from your life too, potentially. But he has to play around the 4 cost Kuzan, right? So yeah, either way, he's just going to play 2 characters this turn. Taro into Juro. It's just whether he wants to take a life to draw an extra card or not. So 5 at Black Yellow Luffy. So usually, Black Yellow Luffy's just take until they get to 0. But I think in this case, he does have to like worry about being overwhelmed. He does counter with the 5 cost Luffy, the one that makes you take a life. It looks like he was about to swing with Songoro without ramping, so there's no card draw here. I mean, if you think about it, if he does play Luffy Taro into Zordro, Songoro will most likely live, right? Because they're going to want to kill the Luffy Taro instead. It's a higher stat line. So it could be like he is predicting that Songoro will live a turn to be able to draw next turn anyway. So you can preserve some life this way. Yeah, he does swing 6 with it. Okay, yeah, I can totally see where he's coming from. So yeah, 7 Dawn doesn't draw. That would mean he's not going to leader ability. Or he still could and have it up for Gum Gum Giant. Okay, so Black Yellow Luffy takes the 6. Looks like he got a trigger. Yeah, it's the 3 Brothers Bond trigger. Lets you search. What would he want though? So top 5 for a Ace, Sabo, or Luffy card. 2 5 cost Luffys, an Ace, and a Sabo. Oh, no, Sabo and some other card. Could be Luffy. I see a stick though. It's Luffy. Okay, so he has 2 cost Sabos, but no 5 costs. Last I checked. The 5 cost would help, right? You'd have a 6k body to block with. Here's 7 Dawn for Taro. Then Taro minus is a Dawn, lets you cheat out a 5 cost or less purple straw hat from hand, which is a Juro, which lets you look at the top 5 cards of your deck for a straw hat type card, add it to your hand. He's got the world is his oyster here. He can take any option he wants. Takes a 2k Usohachi, yeah, because he doesn't have any 2ks in hand, so that makes sense. And then the Gum Gum Giant in later turns can also like help him filter for more 2ks. And he's got 2 Robins primed to block 11k hits from the opponent's leader. Yeah, because the strategy of the Black Yellow Luffy deck is in the late game to like cheat out your 5 cost brothers and buff your leader to a 9k base with 2 Dawn attached, and then you like kind of loop, staying at 9k base attacking for 11k. Ooh, the judge asked him to put his deck in the deck area. I like that. That's what I like about the Japanese streams. They enforce the rules. They keep everything clean and presentable on screen. Still a little like traumatized by the Indonesia stream that I watched like 2 weeks ago, where everything was so hard to follow. Everything was like not enforced. Things were not sequenced properly. People could put cards wherever on the board. It was just really hard to like, as a viewer, experience the tournament that way. So really appreciate the extra effort it goes into the Japanese streams. I hope the other regions get like official Bandai support like this. Right? It would take Bandai to enforce these kind of guidelines. Because the other tournament organizers, it's like all on their own penny, right? So I also can understand why they don't really care too much. Does swing 8k into Sangoro and then minuses 4 costs to the Luffy Taro. So yeah, Luffy Taro is gonna die to the Egghead Luffy. Purple Luffy has the counter to save Sangoro. Right, he has 4 Dawn floating, you know that's gonna be an Egghead Luffy, so you can save the Sangoro, he'll draw you a card. So one of those cards that you counter with will be replaced anyway. Right, Usohachi Robin. Makes sense. He's thinking about it. Maybe he's gonna let it die? Would you want Sangoro to die? I mean, I feel like it'd give you a lot of value drawing you a card next turn. Right? It'll replace the cards that you used to counter with. So it's well worth it, and it's also pressuring. Right, it's a 6-8 that the... Ooh, he let Sangoro die. I think I would have protected him in that situation. Okay, it does play Hiyori out. And then this can put the Egghead Luffy into life. This would make the leader a 7k too. So maybe he suspected it, and then he knew that he'd need another 2k to save Sangoro at this point, right? Because he'd counter 3 against the 8, and then he'll have to defend against a 7 here from the leader. So yeah, 2 cost Luffy out, cheats out the 5 costs, pops the Luffy Taro, and then Black Yellow Luffy's a 7k right now. He could swing into leader. Yep, 7 into leader. I mean, if you didn't use 3k for the character, would you take a 7 at leader? That seems like a net loss, right? You would rather have kept the character. So you might just take here. He does take. Okay. Oh, he gets another Sangoro. Oh, he has another Luffy Taro. When did he get that? Yeah, games where you can play more than one Luffy Taro, it's like pretty much Purple Luffy's game to win, right? Everything's just so in your favor because you're cheating out so many characters. It would be hard to lose after back-to-back Luffy Taros, I feel. So attacks 5 with the leader into Kuzan, because Black Yellow Luffy right now is still a 7k base because of that 2 cost Luffy he played earlier. Oh, he has Sanji sleeps, or Dawn sleeps, but he's playing Black Yellow Luffy. But Purple Luffy has green sleeps, so no coordination, but in a way that's cool too, right? You're so cool that you don't care about the coordination. That in and of itself is like, I don't know, like a fashion statement? Is that what you would call it? Does let the Kuzan die? Yeah, I was just stalling for time because they were taking a while to decide whether to let Kuzan die or not. So ignore what I just said if it sounded dumb. But it's very Christmas colory, right? Red sleeves and green sleeves. Isn't green sleeves a song? Okay, I'm gonna skip ahead before I start saying more stupid stuff. Okay, pays 4 Dawn, 7 Dawn. Yep, for Luffy Taro, and then Sangoro out. Yeah, the good thing about Sangoro is that Egghead Luffy cannot pop it without any additional cost reduction. Does not attack with the Zorojiro. Oh right, because the leader is at 7k base. So he leaves a Dawn up for Gum Gum Giant. He is only at 7 Dawn at the moment. So if he does Gum Gum Giant, he'll stay at 7 next turn. But I don't see like a 9 cost Big Mom or a 9 cost Luffy in his hand that he would want to ram to anyway. Or, I mean, get to 9 anyway, so makes sense why he would be okay staying at 7 to protect his, I guess, his life at this point. Alright, we could get hit by like a ace play and then a leader hit play that makes him go to 0. I think that's a situation you don't want to be in. So playing it safe and keeping a Dawn up for a Gum Gum Giant makes complete sense to me. We do see 2 aces in the Black Yellow Luffy's hand too. But not a single 5 cost Sabo. That might be his undoing here. Just having no defense against this Purple Luffy board, so we'll just skip ahead. 1 Dawn for Makino. Okay, he's going to start leader abilitying. So he needs 2 Dawn for leader, so he cannot Gekko Moria. We could see a Raigo, but then that would be like... he wouldn't have Dawn for much else for the turn. So he's got 8 Dawn in hand right now, I think. Yeah, Gekko would kill you. So I don't think it's that. He's just holding it to count his Dawn better, I guess. Okay, oh, we see 4 Dawn on Garp to attack 6k at leader. He's trying to go for game, but Purple Luffy is such a big hand. Okay, counters 2 with the Kamazo. I think that's a Kamazo alt art. What's happening here? Okay, 2 Dawn leader for leader ability. I guess he didn't have anything else to play. So he only has 2 Dawn left for 1 brother, so he's gonna stay at 7k with 1 life as a buffer. Okay, so Ace and Luffy into life. 2 down for the Ace and then attack for 7. Okay, cheats it out. So 7k, 9k, try to get the leader to 0 and then survive a turn. But I don't know if you can survive against that kind of Purple Luffy board with 1 life. Okay, 7k Ace. His hand is like kind of bricky, right? There's only 2k counter I see in there. The 2-cost Sabos, right? Ace, Raigo, and the 2 Kakomoris don't have counter. It's looking like it's over for the Black Yellow Luffy player here. Here's 9 from leader, he just takes it. So he did counter 3 against the Ace hit. I didn't announce it. I saw it happen, but I didn't say anything for some reason. Okay, passes back to Purple Luffy. I think Purple Luffy's gonna end it this turn. It's gonna be over. We'll just see him do his lethal hit here. So yeah, 9 Dawn to work with. Okay, he attacks into Garp. I'm gonna skip this part. Okay, 9 from Luffy Taro. Does not have the counter for that. If he did, he'd counter right now. So yeah, I think if you can... Well, if he takes, you can safely assume that he doesn't have any more counter. That could stop another 9k. But he's deliberating to make it seem like he has counter, and he's thinking about it really hard. You do have to like take these acting classes, right? Okay, so takes the Ace. Now remember, Black Luffy is still a 7k base, so he needs to make 9ks out of the Zoro and the Sangoro here, which is 3 Dawn on either character. Or he could just stack the rest of his Dawn on one character. Maybe he's leaving 1 up for the Gungam Giant, and then he'll do like, what is it, 13? 13 Zoro? Or 13 Sangoro to draw a card even. But he's doing 7k Sangoro. Draws a card. So it's just a 1k counter here. Counters it. Okay, so he has 4 Dawn in hand, could be like a 10k. He could be leaving Dawn for a Robin too. No, he's leaving Dawn up for just a Gungam Giant. Check in Discord. I'm just gonna skip. This is a foregone conclusion. We know Purple Luffy's gonna win this. Skipping ahead 5, skipping ahead 5. Okay, so attacks 12,000. Yep. So Purple Luffy takes this game. Cool. Let's see how far this Purple Luffy goes. We'll skip to the next match. There was 1 other Purple Luffy, right? So we'll see if he made it here. Oh, what the heck? So top 4 is 2 Teach and 2 Purple Luffy. What the heck? Is it gonna be 2 Blackbeard versus Purple Luffy matches? I think Blackbeard's favored in that matchup, so this is a little disappointing. We'll see. That would mean it would be like a Blackbeard mirror in the final, right? Okay, so Blackbeard here against Purple Luffy? What leader? Did they forget to change the graphic? Or is it the Blackbeard mirror now? Oh, hell no, I'm not gonna watch this. This is gonna take forever. Okay, I'm gonna skip to the finals. So it's a Teach mirror here and then a Purple Luffy mirror on the other side. So we'll see Purple Luffy versus Teach in the finals. If you guys want to watch this matchup, let me know. I'll commentate it in another video. I just don't have the energy to watch it right now. Oh my god, I'm skipping like 30 minutes ahead and it looks like they're still playing. Hey, it's in overtime. Okay, yeah, I'm definitely not gonna watch the rest of this match. Okay, so Purple Luffy against Blackbeard in the finals. Huh. So yeah, I don't think Purple Luffy has a good matchup into Blackbeard, so... Okay, it's the Purple Luffy we saw earlier. He made it past the semis, beat the other Purple Luffy player. So we kind of know how his deck is built. We'll see if it does well into Teach. We didn't see like a 9-cost Luffy or a 9-cost Linlin, so we know he, from what we saw, like prefers to play more like mid-game, like 7 Dawn. So we'll see if that does any better against Teach. Okay, we'll skip to game start here. Okay, we see the opening hand of the Purple Luffy player. So Searcher Law, 2 Kamazos, a Sangoro, and a 7-cost Sanji. Yeah, if you guys saw my deck breakdown for Purple Luffy, if Black does not end up being popular in the Western OP09 meta at all, drop the Magellans, put in the 7-cost Sanji and the 9-cost Big Moms. I'm just having to cut those to make room for Magellan as my like tech kind of option. my own meta call. So Teach starts with a this is my age, Stronger, Vasco Shot, Van Augur, and a Doc Q. So Blackbeard's leader ability, he cannot use any on plays in his own deck, and then if he discards a card from his hand, neither can your opponent. So this is especially devastating against Purple Luffy because a lot of his strong effects on his cards are on play effects. I think even more so than against Lucci, right? Lucci's on plays are also great, but I think Lucci can still do what he needs to do. No, actually I would argue the other way around. So scratch what I said. Purple Luffy can still play like big characters, right? Lucci needs the on play KO effects. But they do have Jack. Well, okay, we'll just cut that conversation and look at the game here. So it does play Law to start. So Purple Luffy's going first. I think that's probably not what you want in this matchup, because that means that the Blackbeard gets to play 10 cost on curve. So picks up the Songoro from the Law search. So next turn might just be like a Kamazo coming out, unless he top decks like a Mr. 2 or a Zorodro that we know he runs. So teaches 2 on turn. I mean, he could play Doc Q or Vasco Shot. He could just play Doc Q to save 2 down on a future turn to KO something. Does play it out. Does he kill Law? No, he doesn't. I mean, I figure since he has a second Doc Q, you could just kill the Law, and then if this Doc Q dies, he replaces himself by drawing a card too on KO. But looks like he's not doing that. Okay, it does ramp to 4, Purple Luffy. Yeah, I guess the only way that Teach could use the Doc Q on turn 2 is if he draws a Laboon. Okay, so attacks 5, so he's hoping to get a Laboon so he can KO whatever that the Purple Luffy plays for 4 this turn. Oh, where'd that Zorodro come from? I guess he top decked it. I wasn't paying attention to his draw. That's really good, right? But I guess like as a last resort, you could still play out the Kamazo and it kills the Doc Q whenever you Dawn minus. Because it kills the 2 cost whenever you minus Dawn from your field. So Zorodro here can take probably like a 2k, right? Or Songoro? He's already got 1 Songoro in hand. I think he's deciding between Songoro and Sanji. Takes the 2k Sanji. Right, we are similar minded for now. Let's see where we deviate. That's the part that I have to work on to match these top tier Purple Luffy players. So Teach is 4 on turn, he draws a Lafitte. So yeah, no Laboon to answer the Zorodro. Van Augur is a 5 cost, so that's something that cannot be played right now. But Van Augur would be an answer to Zorodro. He just doesn't have the Dawn for it. Could see like double Lafitte, so 5 at leader. So you do have to counter this, it just depends on what you want to use as counter. Uses a, what is that? Kamazo? So he's got 3 in hand. Oh, so it's not 2 Kamazo, 2 Frankie for Nosuke. Is he running like 14 2k counters? 4 Kamazo, 4 Sanji, 4 Usohachi, and then 2 for Nosuke's. So here's the first Lafitte. Lets you search top 5 for a Blackbeard Prides type card. 2 10-beards that he has to bottom deck unless he takes 1. Does take 1? Okay. So we know he has 1 on the bottom and then 2 of his finger pistols are gone as well. Doc Q to kill the Law. I guess, yeah, since he didn't pick up the Laboon, might as well use the Doc Q to kill Law this turn. Yeah, I guess it still makes sense in the end. Right, because it's not like that Searcher Law was going to attack anyway. So it's second Lafitte. Let's see what he takes from here. Did I see another 10-beard? He put his hand down, or the search down so quickly. I didn't get to see. Hold it up again to the camera, please. I see 2 Laboons that he has to bottom deck and a 10-beard, yeah. So there's 2 on the bottom of his deck now. Takes the Shiryu. Oh nope, he doesn't take the Shiryu. Takes the Shiryu, 2k counter. Yeah, so 2 Laboons on the bottom of his deck. And 2 10-beards. So Van Augur can handle Zorodro, but it cannot handle Songoro. Laboon can handle Songoro, but yeah, 2 of his Laboons, half of the Laboons in his deck are now like out of reach. And they're not searchable in his deck anyway. Okay, so he does leader ability on the Purple Luffy's potentially 7 Dawn turn. Right, because normally Purple Luffy would ramp here to 7 and then play Luffy Taro. This would deny that. But it looks like he has no Luffy Taro anyway. He could still play the Sanji out, just as a 7 drop. Right, because 7 is hard for Blackbeard to get rid of. A lot of them stopped running like Ice Age and Tempest Kicks and stuff. I guess they figured they don't really need those cards against like Blue Doflamingo. I was gonna say Blue Flamingo. Okay, so 5 from Luffy. Does he attack the Laffits and the Dot Q? But that's the annoying thing though, right? He plays so many things that like you have to waste attacks into. So his attack Laffit, right? They just preserves life for him. So then Zorojiro kills the other Laffit. Or if you kill Dot Q, that means that the Blackbeard won't have enough Dawn to kill Zorojiro, right? Because he'd need a Dot Q plus Laboon for 6 Dawn. Dot Q plus Van Augur is 7 Dawn. So maybe he kills Dot Q instead? He does. Ooh. Maybe I'm genius. So Dot Q dies, he draws a card on KO. And then he does leader ability to 7. He gets a Luffy Taro from life. This would be great against any other deck. So he has a... Okay, he's playing just a vanilla 7 cost 8k. I guess that's better than vanilla 7/7 with Sanji. And Sanji also has counter too. So yeah, Luffy Taro's on play does not work because the Blackbeard's leader ability passes back to Blackbeard's 6 Dawn turn. And with the 6 Dawn, he cannot Van Augur Dot Q, so Zorojiro is safe. So he does have to Laffit. That means 5 Dawn left for the turn. Dang, that was really smart. Ooh, another 10 beard and a Laboon back to the bottom of the deck. That's like every 10 beard gone and then like pretty much every Laboon out of reach. Could you take the stage card? The stage card would help you like get back to your 10 beards. Because it lets you like search every turn. But he has to rely on the single 10 beard he has in hand at the moment. He takes it, so at least guarantee yourself 2 of them. Right? Or else like they're all gonna be what, like 20 cards away? So yeah, just a little bit unlucky on the Blackbeard's end. Just not finding your Laboons early and then having to bottom deck a lot of your 10 beards. So it does swing 5 into Purple Luffy. He could counter with... Oh, he counters with the Sanji. Yeah, if he's never going to get the on-play rush, then he's better just as a 1k counter. So that makes sense. He's saving the Songoros for something. So next turn he's at 8 Dawn, right? Yeah. So he could play a Songoro. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, he's gonna be at 9. Oh, right. He Luffy Taro'd, and if you don't use the on play, you don't have to minus a Dawn. So he stays at 7. That's what happened. So there's the Van Augur to set up for Dot Q next turn, I guess. And he does leader ability. What does he discard? Discards a Hachinosu. Okay. Passes. So yeah, no more on plays still. So 9 Dawn, he could play Songoro's Zorojiro. He could also ramp to 10 and play 2 Songoros, but I don't know if that's worth taking a life going down to 2. Right, because 2 life means that that's 1 less 12k you can take from a 10 cost Blackbeard. So this swing leader 5. I think he drew a 5 cost kid. Okay, Blackbeard took it. No, he didn't. He countered 1 with the Laffit. At least the Blackbeard has black sleeves. He's pretty on point with his aesthetic. Zorojiro swings 6 into leader. And he just countered 2k. That's his last 2k. Taro 8 takes it, giving him more cards in hand to use his leader ability with. Yeah, some people like to starve Blackbeard the same way you starve like a Black Yellow Luffy. But we saw how this guy played against Black Yellow Luffy. He just always kept attacking, trying to like aggro them down. So we're seeing the same thing here with Blackbeard. Me personally, I like his way of playing, so I'm gonna try to learn as much as I can from him. That like Dot Q kill with the Zorojiro, I think was like brilliant too. He does leader ability to 10. Now, most of the time people don't do this because you hit 10 Dawn next turn anyway, whether you're at 9 Dawn or 10 Dawn now, or even if you're at 8 Dawn. But I think he's valuing playing double Songoro out instead of Songoro Zorojiro. So yeah, double Goro out. So if these live, he'll draw a card for him every turn. 2 cards for him every turn. And then I guess he kind of surmised that the Blackbeard doesn't have any Laboons, or else he would have played it by now. So he does have Van Augur Q to kill Zorojiro, but that's as big a thing that he can KO at the moment. He does have a Manshari, but I don't see any Laboons or another Van Augur in his discard either. Oh, also he had to bottom deck like 2 finger pistols too, right? That is really lucky for the Purple Luffy. Because like a double finger pistol would solve this board right now very nicely for him. So it does play a Lafitte. So yeah, just could be a little bit of luck on the Purple Luffy side that Blackbeard doesn't have an answer for this board. Another Laboon, he has the bottom deck, so that's 3 Laboons. No, that's all 4. All 4 Laboons are out of reach now. Let's see what he takes here though. Maybe just a 2k? Yeah, I think it's too late for a Jesus. If you drop Jesus now, you just get like pelted by his full board of characters next turn. So it does take the Shiryu, 2k counter. Dang, so all Laboons out, all Blackbeards out. I don't know what you do in this at this point. Because even Liberation doesn't handle the Songoros. You'd need to like combo it with the Van Augur, which is kind of a waste, but something you might have to do. 5 into lead, maybe he just aggroes him down then? But no, your like aggro field is just a Van Augur at this point. So 5 out lead, he does counter with whatever that card is. Is that 5 cost kid? Yeah, it is a 5 cost kid, Alt Art. Does play out a dot Q, and he does the Van Augur dot Q to kill the Zoro. Yeah, if he had a Laboon, these Songoros would be no problem. But unfortunately, Purple Luffy's gonna draw 2 cards this turn. It's just gonna generate so much more value. So plays another Lafitte. Okay, there's a finger pistol, but yeah, he has to bottom deck it because it's not searchable. I mean, he could take Vasco shot. He does. Right, because purple, if you keep denying on plays, has no way to deal with the chump blocker like that. It does take Vasco shot, who kind of looks like Majin Buu, IMHO. Plays it out for 2 Don. Got it. And then discards a This Is My Age to leader ability. So Luffy, still 10 Don, has 2 Songoros to draw with. I mean, he could just like minimum attack everybody and then play 2 things this turn. Okay, picks up another 5 cost kid. So we could see like Kid, Zorojuro, and then 6668. That makes sense to me. Or like if you play Songoro and finds a Gum Gum Giant, you could do 5668. And then you would draw 2 cards with the Songoro too. It's gonna be a big turn for Purple Luffy. So does he kill the Lafitte's on board or does he go for life? Right, because so my thinking is if he wants to play the 10 cost teach next turn, because he is going to hit 10, that means he can't search with the Lafittes anyway. So do you worry about them? But then they would be able to search the turn after, you know. So he swings 8 into Van Augur at least. Right, because you're at 2 life, you want to get rid of the thing that can attack you without any down investment. So yeah, that makes sense. Maybe he just swings everything at Van Augur. So you could block this with Vasco Shot and then Songoro 6. At him. And then, yeah, Blackbeard has a 5 card hand. He'll need to keep cards in hand to discard for leader ability, so he'll be like reluctant to get rid of counter. So Van Augur could die from the 6 Ks from Songoro, or he just dies to the Luffy Taro. Okay. And that draws him a card. So what does the Vasco Shot say for them? It does pick up a Liberation. Lets you trash a 4 cost. Songoro attacks for 6 and draws a Gum Gum Giant for him. So he doesn't need to leave. He could leave Dawn up, but he doesn't need to search it with Zorojuro. Second Songoro draws another card. It's a 2k. Blackbeard takes it to 2 life, gets a This Is My Age trigger. I don't know what saves him at this point. A 2k, 2k, and a dot Q. Maybe the dot Q. Takes a 2k. Oh right, his Van Augur died anyway, so dot Q won't do much. Because he'd have to like combo 2 dot Qs to kill Songoro. Or Luffy Taro too, you can kill him that way. So 6 from leader, counters 2. And then Kid Zorojuro? Okay, here's Zorojuro. I guess if he finds like a Onami. Oh no wait, he can't, right? On plays are cancelled. So he does just play out Zorojuro and Kid. Just has vanilla bodies, but Kid has blocker at least. Forgot about the on play being negated. But yeah, that's fine because Songoro has been drawing him 2 cards. I mean, I'm feeling pretty good about Purple Luffy winning this. Normally, this is not how this matchup goes. But I think Purple Luffy was just able to dodge a lot of Blackbeard's strong removal and answers to his board. And at this point, I don't think he has an answer for this board, so I think it's kind of over. You could play Teach, and then you could stop 2 attacks, right? You'll stop the Luffy Taro from attacking, and then you'll block one other attack that he has next turn, because Teach himself is a 12k blocker. Yeah, he's separating out his trash, but he has no Jesus Burgess out anyway, so it doesn't really affect anything. So we'll skip ahead to see what he does. He's separating out the Dawn into like 4 and 6. I mean, it's just 10 beard this turn, right? That's all he can really play. He has 2 liberations, but he can only kill 1 Zorojiro. So I don't really know what he does here. He could search with the Lafittes. Is that something he would want to do? And then Mancherry too, just draw a bunch of cards this turn. But that doesn't answer the board, right? So you just have to keep countering against this 5-character board. So at least develop a Teach. And then hopefully you can stabilize after that. He's using Dawn up. Huh. He does attack 6 with the Teach. So no 10 beard. I mean, we kind of saw this with the Black Yellow Luffy game too, where like when backed into a corner, they just try to go for game instead, but it's like futile. So it does counter 2. Okay, it does search with the Lafitte, so he's not going to attack with any characters. What would save him? Another Vasco shot? Okay, so he does find Van Augur and Jesus, but I don't know what saves him here. That's the thing. Okay, so he took the Van Augur there. I mean, he could play Van Augur and kill the Zorojiro with the Doc Q. Okay, he does play out the Van Augur. -3 onto Zorojiro and then pop it with Doc Q. Yup. At the very least, get rid of 1 body. Then he has 2 Dawn left over. Yeah, use another Dawn for Lafitte. Yeah, I guess he has another Vasco shot, so you just stall for a turn. Okay, he bumped back into his 10 cost Blackbeards again, but bottom decked it. So it takes another 2k. So Blackbeards are back on the bottom of his deck again. Replaces 1 Lafitte for a Vasco shot and passes. Oh, before using leader ability. After using leader ability. Discards a liberation for it. Okay. So no on plays to tap the blockers, so no Usohachi shenanigans or anything like that. Yeah, I guess it's not over yet. He just needs to answer for this board somehow. But I just don't know what would be the answer. He really needs a Laboon. Which should be coming up soon, right? If we saw the 10 cost Blackbeards again, the Laboons are like in the next search. But he's not searchable, so he has to draw into it. 7k Sangoro draws him a card. Try to force the blockers, maybe? Yeah, he does only have 3k counter in hand too. He takes it. Okay, no trigger. I mean, a finger pistol trigger would be nice too. It would have killed the Sangoro, so another 7. Draws him an Usohachi, 2k counter. But yeah, Blackbeard didn't get counter from life. Counter 3 here? He does counter 3. Okay, so Luffy still has 8 Dawn to work with. Are we gonna see more 7s? 7 leaders, 7 kid, and then 5 Dawn. Okay, so 7k from the blocker kid. Wouldn't you want to do leader first? Oh, but yeah, you could get the finger pistol trigger. He attacks 6k with it. He knows he has no counter. Somehow. Just really good game sense. He knows he has 2 10 beards, but I don't think he knows about the liberation and the Hachinosu. So he's like hedging his bets. Also, one thing to note is that he's been ignoring the Lafitte and the Doc Qs and stuff. Okay, so he takes it. It's a Jesus. Yeah, I think I would have been like tunnel vision into killing stuff on board. But it's nice to know that you can just go aggro from this point on and the Blackbeard has nothing to do against it. 7k from leader does force the Vasco shot block. 8k from Luffy Taro does force the Vasco shot block. So I'm guessing the Purple Luffy knows that at most he has 2k counter. So 6 Dawn for the blocker Sanji. Keep himself safe. At least has a blocker against this board that could probably not have killed him anyway, but just to be extra safe. So yeah, Blackbeard has not seen a single Laboon. Or a finger pistol, right? The 2 cards he needs to handle 5 costs have just evaded him. Oh, Purple Luffy's gonna win this, I think. He's gonna take it. So 5k from the Teach at leader. Okay, Teach took it. So Van Augur swing 6. 2k. Oh, he already used Dawn Up, so he cannot... Wait, he Liberation something. Wait, sorry. What did he kill with Liberation? Oh, he just used it to get rid of blocker on the Sanji. Okay, got it. I thought he like killed something with it. He attacks with the Fit. For what? Is this 10k? Oh, 9k? The 7k? Then passes it. Okay, so Purple Luffy is just gonna finish it here, right? He's like 18k on Luffy Taro. He's tidying up his discard because he knows it's over. Yeah, Blackbeard's just waiting for the final hit. You see him cross his arms. Okay, so 10 Dawn. Oh, with leader 15. And handshake. Purple Luffy wins a championship series finally. I was starting to think that the deck was washed up because in the first two championship series we watched, there was no Purple Luffy in top 16. He started showing up in the Fukuoka one, but didn't make it past top 4, and now we see Purple Luffy took the Hiroshima Prefecture Championship Series tournament. I think I learned a lot this video. So yeah, that was really exciting to watch. I'm gonna definitely study these games more in detail after this. But yeah, thanks for watching these games with me. I hope it was fun for you as it was for me, seeing Purple Luffy take it. And if you want me to react to the Shanks versus Nami match or the Blackbeard mirror, let me know. I'm just going to assume that people don't want to watch that, so I'm not including it here. But yeah, if you do actually want to watch it, let me know. And if enough people say they do, I'll do it. I'll record it. But yeah, that's going to be it for this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you're not already subscribed. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Car D Kaizoku.